What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me.
So yeah, you got to play Low End Theory before it closed?
Yeah.
How's that? Did you used to go to it when you was younger?
Now I mean, like after college and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was in LA, when I was younger, I kind of I was just skating, actually.
I know, I seen that in the Bernal Heights video.
Yeah,
you like really skate, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you start skating?
I was skating when I was younger, but I like really started taking it seriously in 10th grade.
In 10th grade?
Yeah, but I'm not saucy now though.
Really?
It's been too much time spent. All I got is like a tray flip.
Yeah.
Like this like big ass fuck, I forgot the name of the trick. Oh fuck. What is that trick? Oh, it's just a shove it.
Oh yeah.
It's not everything important.
Yeah.
And I got backside tricks. I can do like a not backside. I can do a fakey tray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we got your resume.
Yeah, right?
No,
it sucks.
but I was saying,
terrible.
like, you always see people skating in videos, and you're just like, can they really skate after the first push? And I was like, oh, and then when you did the like kind of saucy like behind the back, put the board in your hand, I was like, oh, this fool, he really skates.
Oh, you see? Did I do it behind?
Yeah,
that?
you did like behind the back. I saw that was drip. Yeah, that shit was tight.
Tight. That's tight.
Yeah. So what, you started skating as a kid? Is that what helped you get into music?
Nah. I don't even know how. I don't know. It's like a chicken or the egg type of situation. I don't know what came first.
Yeah, totally.
But I guess music. Yeah, music came first for sure.
Yeah.
But no, it was just my sister that got me into like different music.
Oh, you got an older sister?
Yeah.
How many kids you got in your family?
Just on my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
It's just me and my sister.
Yeah, right.
But then my dad had like other kids and stuff, so I got like another brother and another sister.
Like half brothers, half sisters.
Yeah.
They much older than you though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. How
Four
much
families.
Oh, 4 families?
No, full families.
Oh, full families.
Full families.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been like an uncle for a hell of a long time.
Really? You got any nephews that are older than you?
Nah, I didn't run into that little awkward situation.
Yeah, I got a homie that has like nephews that are older than him, and I'm like, that's so funny.
Does that mean that their parents are still his parents?
Yeah,
are still
it was like his parents met way later in life, and so the dad already had like full grown kids by the time he was born, and then he was already a grandparent. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, right. Hey man, that's the American family, bro. So what, your folks already had previous marriages when they met, or no?
My dad did.
Your dad did?
Yeah, not my mom.
How'd your folks meet, you know?
In church.
In church?
In church.
That's very wholesome.
Very, very wholesome.
In Los Angeles?
I believe so, yeah, I believe so. I think the church is called Ephesian or something.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, they met, and then.
So are they both born and raised in Los Angeles as well?
Oh no, my mom was raised in Arkansas.
In Arkansas.
And then she moved to Las Vegas.
To Vegas first.
And then she moved to Los Angeles after.
What do you know why?
What, to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
I think that was just a place to go after leaving the South, because there's a lot of Southern people that moved to Las Vegas. I'm not sure why Las Vegas.
There's a lot of Alaskan people that moved to Las Vegas too.
Yeah.
It's like some place that just seems safe, I guess.
I think it's just because it was like an up and coming like community or a city or something like that. And it had
I think there's like lots of like new houses out in the desert that are probably affordable and shit.
And then like the casinos and stuff like that, just mad money.
Yeah, lots
but
of
I
entertainment.
never know why people want to move to Vegas.
Hey. I'm not here to shit on Vegas, but it's not my type of place, you know. Yeah, I don't really fuck with it either. I'd rather avoid Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, it just is weird to me,
yeah,
man. Because a lot of the port it's about like the strip, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the culture. It's the strip.
To an extent, I would bet that the people that like live in Vegas are like, oh, I avoid the strip the same way that we live in Los Angeles. Be like, I would never go to Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I
course.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like going to fucking Times Square or in New York or something. You know what I mean? But anyway, how did she end up in in Los Angeles then? Just got sick of the strip.
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe college or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I'm not exactly sure. I just know that she drifted.
Yeah. What's your dad do?
He's a musician.
He's a musician
so
as well?
He plays keys, vocals, guitar, shit like
so
that.
you grew up with it in the house?
Oh, my dad has a band, or he had a band.
Yeah.
A couple of them, and they would just be practicing in the living room.
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to do like math homework and shit like that.
Yeah. So you're counting like 4/4 beats while you're trying to add 4 and 4?
Exactly.
Yeah. So dad's a musician. Was he? Did he play in the church band too on the side?
He did.
Yeah.
The churches I went to, he was playing keys.
Yeah.
He was like the lead key guy and stuff like that.
Did you come up playing music in the church?
Nah.
No?
I don't know. For some reason, I didn't get involved in it. Yeah, like my dad never put me on his lap. He was like, here, son, here's a chord progression for, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, Nat King Cole, something like that.
Right.
Like, he never did that. And I was just like, damn.
So you didn't play any instruments coming up?
I played the tuba.
You played tuba.
I played the tuba.
That's interesting.
A bit. I was this small. Tuba was this big.
Yeah. Were you like in 5th grade? You picked up the tuba? Is that the year?
It was like middle school.
Middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to be different.
Same. I did the same exact thing because
Yeah.
in 5th grade when we had it was the first year we had the option of being in band. I picked the baritone.
Oh, there you go.
And it was big as shit.
Yeah,
And
it was humongous.
the only reason I quit was because I was like, this shit is too heavy to carry to school all the time.
It becomes a problem, dude.
Yeah, I wish I would have switched to trumpet. I always tell people that. I'm like,
All the cool guys are trumpets.
yeah,
Trumpets and drum players.
that's right. So, was Dad a touring musician or was he just at home?
He was pretty much, he was home.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a touring musician.
Yeah.
I don't think it really worked out for him in that way.
Right.
They may have done like a couple like spot days, but like he wasn't on the road. My uncles, they were the ones that's on the road because they were like, they played with like Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh,
and
shit.
all type of different bands. and
Yeah,
stuff.
so you got music just running through the bloodline.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
That's amazing. So did you get to go to a lot of shows when you were a kid then?
Just church shows,
Yeah.
like Fred Hammond or like I don't know, who else was big, Kirk Franklin and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
Kirk Franklin.
Yeah,
Stomp.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about non-secular music, to be honest.
Non-sexy music.
No, not non-sexy. Yeah, I only know, grown and sexy music.
only know
That's
grown
it.
sexy, baby.
That's right. But yeah, so you grew up in Los Angeles. What part of town?
South Central.
South Central. But like up in the hundreds or what?
Right before it turned the hundreds.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I was in the 90s.
In the 90s. Yeah. Man, did you speaking of the 90s, this is some like new shit. Did you read about that kid, the Palos Verdes kid that like joined the Rolling 90s and like drove a drive-by, and the 2 kids that did the drive-by, they're in jail now and he got off because he's like from PV. He's like a white kid from PV.
Cause that whole situation just I don't even wait. So it's white kid from PV,
homie. I was
Rolling 90s.
Yeah,
who was the OG that let him on?
I don't know. And it's crazy because if you Google this kid, he's in a bunch of like heavy, cripped out rap videos. Like, and he's the only white kid on the set. And he's like, when I was first reading, I was like, maybe this is just like some kid that was like trying to be down and made some friends. And like, no.
Like he fully on Rolling 90s.
When you hear him talk, he is like fully in it. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
He like that one kid that was just like, yesterday, bruh. He was like, but today, I got time.
I got time.
He got the heat. I got time, dude.
He's exactly like that. And so
That's
anyway,
weird.
Yeah, so
that's hella weird.
Yeah, speaking
Damn,
of the 90s,
so he got off.
He got off
because he a white kid from PV.
That's right. Wow. Yeah, and they were driving his dad's black Mercedes. It's heavy. You should look it up, man. I was like, I went down a whole K-hole of it because it was like real deep, real dark. Yeah.
So
he would be driving 40 minutes in traffic to like go play gangbanger for the day, and then he would go home to PV.
I can't wait.
Right. How crazy is that?
Neighborhood.
Yeah. So
that was funny. I mean, it's not funny, but the whole construct.
It's different.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up in the 90s?
Like the 90s or the 90s?
In both ways.
In the 90s and the 90s.
The 90s
well,
and the 90s.
90s was like, it was heavy with like the gangster rap and like criminal activity.
Yeah.
And then being like in the 90s, you know, like that. By the way, 90s is the street that I was on.
Yep.
Like LA, I don't know which camera I'm supposed to be looking at.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, explain it to me. I like to hear this shit.
So pretty much LA got like different, they got different gangs for different blocks. So you got 20s, I think you got 40s too. You got 60s, and you got 90s, and then other than that, then you got different things scattered about, you know what I'm saying? But
and in South Central, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of like the higher the streets go, like once you get past the hundreds, that's when the houses start getting really nice, right?
See, I ain't never went past the hundreds.
Oh, okay.
I always go back this way because I was working around like Hollywood and stuff.
Okay.
So I always go out this way. But I think, I don't know, up this way, maybe the beach or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ain't never went that way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I need to go that way.
Yeah. Because like, people hear South Central Los Angeles and they have this misconstrued notion of what it looks like from movies in the 90s, but there are neighborhoods in South Central that are gorgeous. Beautiful.
Yeah, especially
those were thriving black communities in the 60s and 70s.
Windsor Hills, too.
Exactly. Before all the car factories moved out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's a lot of beautiful neighborhoods.
Yeah,
in there and stuff. That are like even like Inglewood because they're moving they're building a football coliseum there.
Yeah, right.
So it's just like a lot of the property that was like 500,000. It's like easy million, like easy million, bro.
Right.
And it's crazy. They're asking people to like they're buying out their houses and people are like taking it
because they're gonna build like luxury properties there and shit.
Not even that, they're just gonna take the same property and just charge for a higher rate for it.
Yeah, that's like the next spot to get gentrified, probably, huh?
knew it. We knew it. We knew it since like, cause I went to Morningside High School, so like we knew it when like they moved like when they moved the Target into the hood, which is like convenient for sure. Right. But we was just like, damn, we know it. We knew it was about to happen, and I didn't even know the word gentrification at that moment. I just knew it's like, okay, this is about to change.
Right.
Then, like slowly but surely, just been doing it.
Yeah, because there are like so many spots in South Central that are like food deserts right now. You know what I mean? And then when the nice markets start moving in, that's when like white people go, oh wait, should we look at this neighborhood? Property values are pretty cheap here.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I mean. Yo, like seriously, Philly, being out here. Yeah. Because I don't know what. I know right now I'm on 21st and stuff. But like like I'm in the South Side, and I feel like it's the South Side. I knew it was the South Side because I looked at the moon, I looked at the sun, and it's like, rising sets.
Wow, you're like a sailor.
A bit.
Yeah. You said, there's the North Star.
Right there. So I knew it was that and that. So I was like, okay, cool. If I walk this way, then that's north, and that's going downtown. And if I walk this way, then I'm going southwards. Now, as I walked more north, the food quality changed, the way of living changed, the architecture, the housing, like it was, you know how you have those gaps in between, like houses where it's just nothing but dirt, rubble, and like trash and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
That started disappearing. And like I said, the food changed, like the people changed. And
it's like that broken window theory, you know what I mean?
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's why I always find it interesting now when politicians talk about, inner city youth. And I'm like, poor people can't afford to live in the inner city anymore because all like disenfranchised youth, they live on the outskirts of the city now because everybody wants to live in the urban epicenters. You know what I mean? Yeah. Downtown Los Angeles is like unaffordable now. You know what I mean?
It's pretty crazy.
It's like fucking all like $4,000 a month lofts and shit.
Bro, it's
like,
crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm paying like, and this doesn't even compare to San Francisco, but I got 400 square feet, nigga. I'm like, they got it up to like 13. And it's like, nah, I don't think that would have slipped. Like, for 13, I can definitely get something way better. But just the fact that I'm like living downtown, like,
that's
for 400.
that's a deal for downtown.
No, it's a deal for downtown, but it's like also it's 400. Like, like for 13, like I can get like a 2-bedroom, somewhere else in LA.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so it's like for that type of situation, it's just like but. It's wild. It's getting bigger. But like I said, that does not compare to San Francisco.
That's right.
Because like for a studio, like that, you're definitely paying like 22.
Yeah, San Francisco is really going through it right now. It's like the class warfare is so visceral when you walk on the street. It's like the homelessness is so visceral right now. Like it's really there's no middle class in San Francisco anymore. It's all just like it's either rich people living in the house or you see just homeless folks on the street and like where's the regular folks at? I don't know.
I never noticed that last time I went there because I don't know. After like leaving there 2014, then, like, I would just come there every so once in a while, and then like it's gradually gotten worse and worse. Like I said, but it always used to be a problem because there's Neiman Marcus, and it's just like their change is like not even it's like so like rapid. So it's like you have Neiman Marcus on this side, and you walk 4 blocks going this way, and it would be Tenderloin. So it's like in 4 blocks, you're seeing like dudes like shooting up, like pimps, hoes, like
my homie
crazy.
Connor that helps produce this, and like I travel with him. We saw a dude shooting up in San Francisco, right in the middle of the street, like a normal looking like kid, dude his age, like a mid 20-year-old. Didn't look fishy or nothing, and like, just pulled off one jacket sleeve and shot up. So let's get back to it. In the 90s, coming up as a kid in the 90s, what were you like as a kid? Athlete? Athlete or mathlete? Were you a jock or a nerd?
I was neither, man.
Yeah, chameleon.
A bit, man. Yeah. Like a chameleon. Like the sports that I got into was like track and field. So it's like track and field is like when you ain't got no real place.
Right. Oh, you ran
sports.
track.
I ran track. Yeah. It's like okay.
Oh, you ran track.
Oh, you ran a 100, the 200, the 400. It's always just like that.
Yeah.
But I ran track, and other than that, I just skated. I was a skater, bro. So that's
tight.
That's my identity.
And what was the skate community like in your neighborhood?
Trash.
You didn't have nobody to skate with, or what?
For a minute, I was the only one skating. Me and like this other guy, Chuck. And I started skating because I seen Chuck skating. And Chuck was saucy. He was like hella older than us. Yeah. So like, he was hella saucy. And like, I think the first time that made me want to skate is I don't know if it was Chuck, but I seen somebody do a boneless 360 in the middle of the street casually. And I was just like, yo, I want that. Like, that was like the most miraculous thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And then, after that, I started skating and everything. And so then maybe like a year or two after, like, when I was able to go outside, I seen other homies out there, and like, they was on their bikes.
What do you mean when you were able to go outside?
I couldn't go outside until I was like 15.
Why?
It was dangerous.
Really?
My mom was like, nah, you can't play out like in the front. Like,
really?
Nah. And it's just like, it was for good reason.
Yeah.
Like she was scared. I definitely was a little bit sheltered. But the time where I was able to go outside, it was a drive-by, like right in front of us.
No shit.
That shit it was a white Cadillac chasing a dude. Coo, 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 coo.
Oh, so you guys were like right in the thick of it, huh?
Right in the thick of it.
Yeah.
So then like that further pushed it, like, yo, like it's bad in these streets. So I was pretty much just playing in the backyard.
So how would you get to and from school? Would you walk or take the bus?
I was driven.
Oh, you driven?
And then my mom drove me, and then I took the bus back. Or if not, she would pick me up and take me back home.
Yeah. And so, what did you take to school? Did you like school? I mean, were you studious? No. Yeah.
I like art school. I like art class.
Yeah, you were telling me you do some graphic design now, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I love art.
You were a visual artist and a musician from an early age?
I like history too. History was tight. And I always had tight history. Like, I feel like the history teachers were always the one that was like smoking weed and shit like that. Like, yo.
My history teachers like literally got found with weed in their drawer, man.
Same, bro.
Yeah.
They were the tight ones, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it was. The math teachers, it was, you know what I'm saying? They was
very
always
uptight.
like a little bit uptight, man. Just like with the extras.
Yeah.
I was like, but history, like, hey, man. You know.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, if you think about it on a sociological level, or just like what those subjects are, like math is very precise. You have to do step by step and know what these numbers do, and it's mathematics. History is storytelling, man. Like, who tells the best stories? A high motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know
right?
what I mean? Like, I'll tell a fucking great story when I'm smoking. Like,
true facts, right?
yeah, so that makes sense. So yeah, you would get driven to school and then driven back home, and then what would you be doing in the house? Play video games?
Watching X-Men.
Watching X-Men.
The
cartoon?
Yep.
Yeah, were you a comic book dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comic book, yeah, definitely. But I didn't get comic books, I was like a little bit later. But I would just watch cartoons, and then I would just draw, and then I literally just be in my head. Or just, I don't know, like, we would play in the backyard, like we were able to play in the backyard and stuff, but yeah, not so much in the front. But yeah, I'll just be in my head.
Yeah.
Or like creating. I think that's what kind of created who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, all right, let me try to touch on this without being too problematic, because here's the thing is that I coming up in Los Angeles in the rap scene that I was a part of, I met a lot of what people will call black nerds, right? And I think before NERD, the group came out, the nation didn't know about this idea of the black nerd. Like there's this stereotypical idea of what a black male is supposed to be.
Of course.
And the black nerd that reads comic books and watches X-Men doesn't fit into that criteria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in South Central, I know a lot of people like that, that grew up like you, who was like, my mom said, don't go outside. I fucking read comic books.
Yeah.
I skated. I played video games, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel disassociated from your peers at that point? Like, did you know anybody else like you, or were you unable to find people like that until your late teens?
Yeah, I mean, high key, I still feel disassociated. Yeah, I still feel disassociated. Like with sort of the black experience.
Yeah.
So, like all the new dances be coming out, I don't know the dances. I try to do them, I look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you got that Michael Jackson dance. But
that was me just fucking around, bro.
Yeah,
just like in nature, just dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's always been a disassociation. It's because my mom played a lot of classical music.
Yeah.
And, like, it was jazz and stuff like that. So it's just like I said, I didn't get into more of the black music till later in my years. Like R&B was what's R&B? You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop, that came when I was 15, you know?
No shit.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of Christian music coming up?
Christian and gospel and classical.
Yeah.
A whole lot of classical music.
Yeah, right.
And my mom, any moment that she could, she was trying to take me out of the hood.
Really?
She purposely did that. I mean, that's literally why I'm sitting here today.
Yeah.
And not with 5 baby mamas, you know what I'm saying, working at, I ain't gonna say whatever, but flipping burgers, you know what I'm saying, or not in jail, or not dead, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom definitely pushed me to get the fuck out, you know? So it's but in that sense, I did have a disassociation, and I couldn't find other homies. But the thing was, because I was so much of me at that age, the other homies who were more in some hood shit, they fuck with me. And they became my
because you're just being
angels.
Yourself. Yeah.
And they saw it, and they was just, and then they started skating because they was on BMX bikes.
Yeah.
But then they was just like, man, you having hella fun. So then they picked up skateboards, and then they all start thrashing. But it's they were the hood homies, and then I was just the different one. So then different gangs or whatever, it it would be a couple of them from like 9-0s who didn't know who I was and stuff like that. So then they roll up, but then the other homies would be like, nah, he good, bro, like he good. Or even like I get to know some of them, so then some of the other like OGs or young OGs just like, bro, he good.
Yeah. So by the time you got out of the house, it wasn't a big deal. Like people wasn't like, hey, where are you from?
Exactly. Bro.
Yeah.
Like only time I only ran into that was because I went to Morningside in Inglewood. You know, so it's just like that was the only time, and I did wear a lot of blue, but not like intentionally. I think I just had a lot of blue.
Yeah. Right.
So I was running into issues there.
Right. Yeah, because you're not in a blue neighborhood.
Probably not.
Yeah. I get it. So when you did start dipping your toes into R&B music or like modern music, like what was the shit that struck you first?
See, that's the thing. It wasn't even like true R&B. It was like neo soul. So it was it was like Lauren, Erica, Jill Scott. You know, so I don't even know if that really counts as R&B because it's still like
that's soul music. Yeah, neo soul. I kind of hate that term neo soul. I think it's just soul music.
But it's just it's soul. So I was more into like the soul side. That's what I understood. I really didn't understand like the Tony Tones or Pretty Ricky or Casey and JoJo. Like that just wasn't my shit.
Hey, but Tony, man, that's fucking Raphael Saadiq. He went on to make some amazing soul records as well.
As Raphael Saadiq, I fuck with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just those older. I mean, shit, even like New Jack Swing. Like I like it. I appreciate New Jack Swing and stuff like that. But it just it wasn't in my frequency.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing. Like Teddy Riley and all them with the New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
I mean, they have such storied histories when you look back at their catalog. Like, you know what Pharrell's big first hit was?
It was Rump Shaker.
Yeah, Rump Shaker. That's some straight New Jack Swing shit. And like, when I tell people like, oh yeah, he made that when he was 17 years old. He's had a career for like 30 years. People are like, what the fuck?
He's been in the game.
Yeah, forever.
He's been in the game.
Hasn't aged a day.
He's aging. He's starting to get the look.
A little bit now, but I still want to know his skincare routine.
He never releases it.
Yeah, so the soul stuff starts hitting you, and then like what rappers then, like Common and shit?
Yeah, quite literally Common, the Roots.
Yeah.
My first song that like hit me the hardest was two of them. It was Clones by the Roots. Shout out to Philly. And then B.O.B. Outkast. Those were ones. And then after that, then it was I Used to Love Her.
Oh yeah.
Common.
Yeah. So met this girl when I was 10 years old.
And what I like most, she got so much so yeah.
She was old school when I was just shorty. So anyhow, did you start writing raps right away?
No, I mean not right away, but like
yeah.
Especially like when I was listening to Common's album, I was writing a lot, and I was falling in love with this girl. I was liking this girl. I was infatuated.
Yeah.
by this girl and stuff like that, and she like rocked.
So you started writing her love poems, but in rap music.
But that's the thing; it was creative because she was into rock and I was into rap, and then she got me. She was my segue into rock and stuff like that. And then like when she broke my heart, then it was just like it's like rock. It was weird. It was like I wrote it in a hella tight way and shit.
It was like rap rock?
It wasn't rap rock. No, my poetry I wrote was just, it was hip hop.
Okay.
But it was just like I was also like venturing off. Like, listening.
What kind of rock music did she get you into?
She was in some Boosie shit though, actually. I ain't gonna play with you. Like it was like more like My Chemical Romance and stuff like that. But then she got me to Green Day, so that was tight. Yeah. So Green Day, I liked them, but it was like all that like whole Hot Topic area of like rock.
I feel you.
And then there was this other girl that I was in school with, and she was a punk, so she was into like Casualties and like Discharge. What is it? Not Cheap Sex.
Okay.
Shit like that. You know. So then I was just like, what is this? So then I started checking that out, and I was just like, oh. Okay, this is it. Yeah.
And so you're just drawing like fashion influence and music influence from all these different subgenres that you're learning about because of girls.
Yes.
I feel that. That's good, because then when you make that amalgamation of all that, you're going to find the perfect art chick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Pretty much.
That's fantastic. So when did you finally start recording some music?
College.
In college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Academy of Arts in San Francisco.
Oh, in SF? Yeah, okay. So you moved up there, and you lived there for what, 3 years, 4 years?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, 4 years is in college, 4 years out of college.
Yeah, so you liked it.
You can say that.
You loved it. I did the same thing. I moved to Santa Barbara for college, and I ended up staying there. I went to school for 3 years, and I stayed there for another 3 years. Stayed there for 6 years just because I was like,
I like this.
College is tight.
Yeah. No, but I hated it.
Really?
I loved it because of what I learned, and I still use those technical skills, whatever.
Yeah.
Today, I don't like school.
Yeah.
But I would tell people to definitely, like, for sure, like, that's just my experience. But I feel everybody should, like, get some type of schooling because you just learn things that you wouldn't just get on your own, or at least faster.
Yeah.
And then you also have a community that you can build because a lot of the homies I went to school with, I'm still cool with today. My
And
other
that
homie,
becomes part of your team.
exactly.
Yeah.
My other homie, Reginald, well, I call him my brother, but, like, he started off learning graphic design at Academy of Arts. He graduated. He started his own clothing line, and now he's a contemporary artist, like, with pieces, like, all around the world.
That's amazing.
Like, he's a full-on contemporary artist.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, it's crazy, bro.
That's
just
dope.
to see him go.
Yep.
Like my other homie, David Ali. I went to college with him, and we used to throw parties together. I forgot what he was studying and stuff, but like he left Academy of Arts. He started managing people from HBK, like I Am Suje and stuff like that. And he ended up managing Kaylani.
Oh, wow.
And then now he's like officially like Kaylani's like manager,
Big
and like
manager.
he's done on to go like even more like greater things and
Yeah.
everything. But like, these are all like the community that I built, and I still like see them today. And we
Yeah.
hit each other on IG or like I don't know, whatever it may be.
Right.
Or like even like, you know, like the little sauce, like, hey, I got you, bro. Like here's
Yeah,
into the event.
you just got friends that you can be proud of, and friends that are the plug in various things, and that's what it is, really.
I got my homies are plugs.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
I mean, like you talk about, oh, I got a friend that's a contemporary artist. It's like it's probably nothing to DM him and be like, hey man, I got an album coming out. You got anything you might want to put on the cover? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
that's tight. It's
See,
good.
but
It's good to have
thing
those
is,
kind of connections.
Even within that, because he's such a ill contemporary
Yeah.
artist, it kind of makes it harder.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, bro, like his stuff is.
You don't want to. It almost feels like, is this like, am I even worthy type shit, right?
Because it's like he's doing grand pieces. Like I was leaving New York, I think flying back to LA,
Yeah.
and like I was in like the 50s, like the avenues. I think it's the 50s or
Yeah.
something. But that's where like Yves Saint Laurent and like Chanel,
Yeah.
and Louis Vuitton, and then it's just like all the little like.
I like how you're taking the LA shit to do. You're like, I was in the 50s, you know? It's like, oh, you mean you were in mid city?
Right?
Yeah.
I was in the 50s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like there's this big old building, glass building and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's a financial building. And then they have like these cages on the inside and stuff, and there's this art. And I'm like, oh, that's tight.
And it was
I zoom in, and it's my brother, bro.
That's so tight.
And I'm like, oh my, like, bro,
Yeah.
like this is a legitimate business office. Like,
Yeah.
yo, people in there are making six figures easy, and his art's in there.
And you get to have some of that secondhand pride, like, damn, I watched the come up. You were a part of the come up, really.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But after seeing that, I'm not going to just approach him like, hey, bro, can you make my cover? Like,
Right. But that's got to be inspiring as well.
Yeah, of
It's
course. It's
like,
definitely
damn, we're all
inspiring.
like doing our thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So how long was it when you're in San Francisco when you started recording raps that people start to kind of like pick up on it? Were people instantly like, oh shit, Duckwrth, you're dope.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah. You
was
start
pretty
throwing
quick.
shows and shit up in San Francisco?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
David Ali, he used to throw these shows.
And you would play at them?
Yes.
Yeah. And was your style already kind of as refined as it is now? Were you kind of playing with rap and funk and soul all at the same time, or was it kind of more straight bars when you first started? How was it?
It was both.
Yeah.
I mean, the first song I rapped on was the MF Doom beat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was that one, Super.
Oh, yeah. Super.
Yeah, that one.
I love
rapped on
that beat.
one.
Yeah.
So it was like more rap, but then I quickly started experimenting. But mine was more like I was on some Future sound. Like it was, excuse me, it was straight.
Future as in Nate Davey is what's Future's real name? Nate Davey is something.
Oh
Anyway.
no, not Future, like not the rapper.
Yeah, I
Future,
got you.
but the
I'm like, oh, you were auto-tune warbling?
Nah, but like more like I was just on some like, cause Lupe was one of my inspirations.
Okay.
So like I was just trying to be on some real like, and then like that was that moment where like
Because you heard Kick Push and you're like, hey, I skate too. No, I just fuck with you.
actually my homie put me on it, Lupe.
Yeah.
It was like already a thing, Kick Push, and he was like, have you ever heard of Lupe Fiasco? I was like, who don't know who? And he was like, Lupe Fiasco, bro. He was like, dog, you skate, you need to know him.
Yeah.
And he played me Kick Push, and my
Yeah, it's funny because like living through that moment at the age I was at,
Yeah.
it was like this time when that thing I was talking about of like the black skater, the black nerd, the black whatever
Yeah.
was coming more to the national attention, and people were going, man, Lupe Fiasco changed my life. And I'm like, I've been kicking it with like 10 Lupe Fiascos for the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've been knowing these people.
real
So
thing.
yeah, anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Lupe's?
New shit?
Yeah.
Nah, not in a while.
Yeah, he just dropped another project
It's
called
good?
Drug Ass Wave. I appreciate like his like continuous effort to like create more of a overall like conceptual like piece.
Yeah.
It's thick though.
It's heavy.
It's heavy, bro.
That's the thing.
It's
Sometimes
hard to translate.
Yeah, sometimes people make records that they feel important, but they're also like hard to enjoy, or like they're not necessarily fun to listen to.
Yeah,
does that make
it's
sense?
a bit educational.
Yeah,
But,
like
not like what's his name?
Like
J.
Rascas?
Cole
Oh,
type
like J.
stuff.
Cole.
Not like that. Like it's but it's tight because he's dropping like stuff. Like there's one song where he like mentions like probably over 50 slave ships.
Oh wow.
And that feeling,
yeah.
That shit was crazy because we've always heard about only like the Amistad and like the Mayflower.
Right.
And he dropped like a bunch of them, and like that shit blew my mind. So it wasn't even like oh man, this is like on some rap. Like it was just like, whoa.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that old Razcat song Soul on Ice? Or no, it's not Soul on Ice. That's the record. That's not. It's called Nature of the Threat. It's like a 10-minute history lesson about racism that is like so fucking
Schoolhouse Rock on racism.
No, bro, yeah, but it's like heavy, and he drives like heavy knowledge. That was like the backpack anthem for it was crazy.
What's it called?
Nature of the Threat.
Got you. Okay.
It's I think it's kind of problematic in hindsight now because there's some weird shit in there. I'll tell you about it. But anyway, blah blah blah. Okay, so you're throwing shows in San Francisco. That's where we was at. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you start playing shows in LA and shit too. Like, are you getting calls to travel places? Does it catch on in San Francisco? Or are you like a local hero?
Yeah, it was local.
Yeah.
We started doing some things in LA, but we started doing some things in LA because we had homies who was in our future.
Oh yeah.
And we started to see like that for some reason, like everybody was, because they were in San Francisco with us, and then they moved to LA. Okay. And then for some reason, LA started to become like the creative mecca again.
Yeah, in about 2010, LA really like stepped up. Is when TDE blew up. Is when Odd Future was starting to blow up. Like everything was starting to pop, and LA became the place where once you had one big song, you moved to LA.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of Bay Area homies did that.
Yeah, Bay Area homies, Atlanta folks, all kinds of people was moving to LA right at the beginning of the turn of the 2010s.
So that was the reason why we were going to LA to see what was out there,
right?
And everything. Yeah, we started booking stuff and everything.
And then, how long was it? Did you approach it as I'm gonna manage myself, I'm gonna do shit, or did you start building a team? Because it seems like you seem like you were smart enough to build a team and have like management and people in place. Yeah.
So the first 4 years, like I said, in San Francisco was college. The next 4 years, I was in this collective called School the Hellas, or Them Hellas. And we were a creative hub for like graphic design, for music, for graffiti, for photography, for videography. We had directors in there. We had like any creative thing that you can think of. And
kind of like what Awful Records is doing maybe, or like Odd Future as well. Like you just have like people that don't even necessarily make music, just people to do everything.
But the thing is, we had a space. We had a warehouse.
Oh, yeah, warehouse.
In San Francisco.
Okay.
So it's just like, and they were building a lot of the like pieces, like literally in the warehouse. So it's like, I was living in a room that was built. Yeah,
you were living there. And then would you guys throw parties there to pay the rent?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So then I would go out of my room, and then I would walk into this like little tunnel, this little small tunnel. I walk out of the tunnel, and it'll be a studio. And then like I walk out the studio, then there'll be a silk screening like thing right there. I'll veer around the corner, and then it'll be a big old wall, and that'll be my homie like Scuba, like doing a big old mural piece. It smell like hella spray. Yeah, right. I was always feeling high. Yeah. And then I like walk past that into another like room area, and then like my homie Josh is over there like working, like shooting models and stuff like that. I walk upstairs, and then like, you know what I'm saying, like it was
absolutely
crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of spaces like that in LA too. And then the Ghost Fire fucking the Ghost Ship Fire that like really changed that whole culture.
That whole thing,
it's all gone now. Yeah, you can't throw warehouse parties in LA really anymore.
No. And then like they're really like they're probably pretty tight on like the living situations, like how warehouses too probably now.
Yeah.
But we were on some like pirate shit, bro. Like we weren't on like, you know how like the new ones, they're kind of like cleaner and more
absolutely
organized. No, bro. Like we was on some grimy shit.
So how was that for your mental health when you were living there? Because I know it's like, it's very fun to live in an environment like that, but at the same time, like for me, like clutter and grime and shit, it drives me nuts. Like you didn't care?
Give a shit.
You were about it.
We were just on some punk shit.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then like we were just like, I don't know, there's a lot of drugs in there too.
Oh,
and stuff like that. I didn't really like go crazy. I just like, my main thing was like shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I was more so on some psych shit.
You opening your mind.
Yeah, exactly. That was like that was college 2.0. Or like that was like rites of passage, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's where I learned a lot of my skills.
Yeah. What did you learn while you were on shrooms? How did your outlook on the world change?
Jimi Hendrix, like energy or something of Jimi Hendrix hopped into me.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. It just hopped into me, bro.
I mean,
and
really, that's
it
all
just
you
like
need.
I just understood just music, and like a lot of the music that Jimi Hendrix made, I couldn't translate it regular, like in my regular, but like I was playing it, and it's like everything made sense. It was so trippy.
Yo,
But
music makes so much more sense when you're on psychedelics.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah. But I mean, my main thing that I learned was that it's there's different perspectives. There's like this is our perspective. This is the camera. Like this is a very smaller perspective.
Yeah.
And then like that's also time. This is very like present. And then the more that you zoom out, it goes from 3 dimensions to 4th dimension. Plane, where it's like past, present, and future. And then what it taught me is just to kind of like be here, but also have this perspective and try to see things like, don't try to predict, but make steps now. Like always think about what's going to be like the next, you know? So it's like, for me, it's like, it helped me with my emotions. It helped me with just how I interact or how I go about things. Cause like high key, I've been like rocking with music for a good minute now. And it like, it's just now hitting like the, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like seeing a lot of people blow up like overnight. Like that could be very discouraging.
Right.
But that upper perspective of seeing like 4th dimension, it pretty much made it where it's just like, well, if you're really trying to push something, it's like a heavy load, you know? Like, all right, let's do it like this. You taking a big shit.
I do. I'm known to do that. Go ahead.
So if you take a big shit,
I'm listening now.
You're not gonna just squeeze that thing out.
That's right.
It's gonna take some time.
1 turd at a time, baby.
1 turd at a time, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that.
right.
You take some time versus like a little small something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here today, gone tomorrow, flesh it gone. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, we trying to really push some big shit here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it takes some time. But like right when it's like there, then it's just like beautiful.
That's right. Look in that toilet and appreciate it. You say, my music is the shit.
It's the shit.
That's right.
It's the shit. And I work very hard.
I like that analogy. I'm going to use that on the daily now. My girl, why are you in the bathroom so long? Look, babe.
I'm trying to.
Big shit takes time. Big shit takes time. That's right.
Let me take my time. Let me have my process.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I feel that because I've been hearing your name for quite a while, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where it takes 10 years for an overnight success, you know what I mean? And so people that are in the know and like are always looking for new music, they've been hearing your name for a minute. But like, I've noticed in this last year, the trajectory has really skyrocketed over the last year. Because I would see your videos being around like 20,000, 30,000 views. And now you look on YouTube, all your shit is like about to break 1 million or over 1 million. And it's like, oh shit, Duckwrth done.
He done figured it out.
It done caught on. That's what happened. So is part of that because the label push now or what? Like you got signed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a portion of it is label, but label has been really amazing with lining me up with sync situations.
Yeah.
Sync being movies, TV, games and stuff like that. So of course, like the Shazam.
Because it takes a certain type of artist to make music that really fits great in movies. And like, when I listen to a lot of your songs, I'm like, damn, I could see a movie scene to this. Like this shit seems like this is the part of this is the triumphant part of the movie. You feel me? Or like, oh, this is the love scene.
Yeah,
et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
But
I do make a lot of movie music. I love that.
Yeah, that's dope.
But it's really just all hands on deck. And it's like, once again, okay, here we come, 4th dimension. I just hit my earphone and it said,
the speakers are in there. Random plug for Skullcandy. These have subwoofers in them.
I'm like,
oh yeah, make a beat.
I'll make a beat. Okay. Anyway, so I think it has to do with just like a cumulative amount of energy, like being pushed, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like even with like label, like for sure they're gonna definitely like line you up, but it's just like all hands on deck. Like it's
because even when you're on a label, it takes a while for everyone on the label to be on the actual team.
Exactly.
And then when everybody sees like, oh wait, the culmination of all of our work is starting to pay off, then everybody's even more plugged in on the label. Like, oh yeah, this is the artist that we need to push next, right?
Exactly.
Because you can sign to a label and not shit could happen for 8 years sometimes. Right.
True. Exactly.
How long was it before you transitioned from independent in a fucking art warehouse to being on a label?
So like I said, I dropped my first solo tape in 2012. Before that, I was in a band. Before that, so 2012 to 2017.
Okay.
I was indie. I was indie. So, till mid 2017. So then 2017, like later, like fall 2017 is when I signed. Yeah. So from there to now.
How's that experience been?
It's been tight.
Yeah.
It's nice to like All right, like I said, it's they do very well with like licensing, and like sync and like other different opportunities. And
they
for
help
me,
you get money in ways that you wouldn't have known how to get money otherwise, right?
eating, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Like
that's one of the major benefits.
Yeah.
Is like as an independent artist, getting syncs, getting fucking your music placed in places. It's fucking impossible. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like they're making sure like if I can eat, then I can like relax. If I can pay my bills, I can relax and I can focus more on the music.
Right.
I gotta do the mass scramble, trying to do like
That's
Instacart and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, what
shipping
I'm saying?
your own fucking mixtapes to people,
You know what I'm saying?
shipping
Like,
T-shirts, all that. Yeah.
Like seriously. So it's like they've allotted me that area, that space,
To where you can
actually
concentrate on your
focus
creativity.
my art. So it's just like, and amongst other shit. So it's like now it's just like going into 2019. Now it's time for the radio.
That's right.
So
yeah, that's the next step.
That's the next step.
You go from the marketing team to the promo team.
Exactly.
You know. Let's talk about your music videos, because speaking of making movie music, all of your music videos are kind of like movies in their own right. So I don't know, just tell me basically where the ideas come from, like if you're involved in the creative process or if you're just kind of there to be the handsome face on camera, because every one of your videos is like phenomenal. They're all so well shot.
Thank you. You should see the ones we just did.
Really? They're not out yet?
Oh, they're about to come out.
Oh yeah.
Fallback comes out next week.
Yeah.
And then Soprano comes out.
Okay.
2 weeks after that. But
Yeah. Are you in on the creative process, or is it like people are pitching ideas to you?
Everything.
Yeah, right.
Everything.
Yeah. And so do you have a video team that you work with consistently, or are you just kind of like finding directors that the labels hook you up with?
I have people I go back and forth with.
Yeah.
Like Soprano was shot with a new director and stuff, but I was still very heavily involved in the creative side.
Yeah.
But I have my people. Like I have Dustin most day.
Yeah.
He did I'm Dead. He did this new one, Fallback. I have Lino Asana. He did Rare Panther, Michael, Fukushima, some other stuff.
Yeah.
Mancy, my boy, he did Get Ugly and some other things. So it's like, yeah, I have these
Who
different.
did Boy?
John. And that was Meta's people and stuff. And that was a joint effort between Meta.
Who was
and
that
I.
woman in that video beating everybody's ass? That she is a star. That was so tight.
That's Meta Tally or Meta Narrative. And she's an amazing dancer. She was dancing with NERD.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's who that is? I know. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
Damn, that video is fucking sick, man.
Dude, it was tight. And, so I had the idea.
Yeah.
And then I stashed the idea. And then I met Meta.
Yeah.
And then, like, she just was like, yo, what if? Brrr.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the? And then, yeah, so then I was like, yeah, like, done. So
Yeah.
then we just pretty much joined efforts or joined, like, creative.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then, yeah, that's how.
Yeah, that
what it came
video is
about.
phenomenal. I was like, holy
Thank you.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
it's
dope.
really just like a cool switch roles.
Yeah, it's so dope,
Yeah.
man. So right now, like on Spotify, what you got? Ugly, you got Extra Ugly.
Yeah.
What else you got up there? Like, what can the people look for?
As far as like what's coming or
No,
what's
just
there?
like what's up there that okay. Here, how about this? I love it when people ask me like, "Yo, if there was a gateway into your music, what would it be? Like, what order would you listen to your albums in if you were telling somebody to get into fucking Duckwrth?"
Good question. See, that's the thing. Nowhere, which is the first one that's
Yeah.
on there, it may veer them in the wrong way because at that time I was protesting like the Michael Brown, Eric Garner stuff. So a lot of it is politically driven. So I would say a person like I would say start at I'm Ugly and then go to Extra Ugly.
Yeah.
And then when you have that time, then go back.
Back to nowhere.
Go back to nowhere.
Because then you'll have a better perspective on it. Because
Exactly.
you'll understand
Exactly.
more of you more as an artist and not just as a political entity. Yeah. All right.
yeah.
There you go. So go listen to I'm Ugly, then peep out Extra Ugly, then go back. Here's the politically driven joints.
Yeah.
And so you're on tour now. How long you been on tour?
Since it's October, right?
This your first headline tour?
Yeah, first. I think
Yeah.
October 5th is when we started.
How's it feel being a headliner? Is it
It's
good?
tight because I ain't gotta say like y'all ready for
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? No, it's just
Have you
like,
had to be
it
the
just come
opener a
out.
couple times before?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely a good amount of time.
It's always a uphill battle, right?
Yeah. But I had this thing where being an opener, it made me figure out how to cut through and how to like really push like energy.
It definitely makes you get your chops up because in order to fight that audience that doesn't give a fuck about you, you have to like become them. Like
yo,
you have to
seriously.
say like, how can I speak to these people in a way that will make them excited about this absolute stranger in front of them right now?
Quite literally, bruh.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
it makes you think about your own songs differently, doesn't it? Because you're like, how can I push this to a person that's never heard it before, right?
But really, what it came down to once again was energy. Like despite the song, I know what songs are more turn, I know what songs are more calm, but it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do alternate songs for the next 30 minutes. So it's just like, how do I keep people's attention as I go slower and stuff like that? And it's really about intention. It's the intention that you push towards them and gamble. Hopefully they send that back to you. That's the agreement of performer and audience is that whole retribution of energy. If it stops there, then it's just like, then it's like I'm working for the next 30 minutes.
Right, it's a
if
two-way
they throw
street.
that shit back, then it's just like you're about to have the most fun you're gonna have with the opener.
And those are the people that go home and follow you immediately on Twitter and say, "Oh man, I saw you when you opened for so and so. You're my favorite now." Yeah, absolutely. Are you excited to get home and start working more? Yeah.
Before I left, I was working with Carmack, Mr. Carmack.
Oh shit.
And it's just like we in one day, bro, we made like 2 like little slappers, bro. Well, one is a slapper, and the other one is like just it's a vibe, but it's tight, bro. And then like this one random kid was at a Carmack show. And then like he recorded it. He was Carmack was performing the song that we recorded. So I was just like, damn.
So that was already on the internet?
Nah, well, it's in somebody's story.
Okay, yeah.
But nah, dude, I want to get back. But I love this, because then like it lets me know what works. Like even performing this new stuff that's like harder compared to my more funkier stuff. I noticed that the fans that are coming, they know the funkier stuff. So when they're foreign to like the harder shit. So I kind of have to like just really like, that's another moment where I gotta be intentional with the energy that I push with it. But they coming for the funky shit. They coming for I'm Dead. They coming for Michael. They're coming for Bernal Heights. You know what I'm saying? They're coming for Bummer 2 Bucks. And these are like, those 2 songs are like slower. Michael and I'm Dead are like faster, but it's all like in like a funkier area. And I'm just like, so y'all like this? Y'all don't want no trap? Right. So it's tight. So it's like, all right, cool. So it's like now I'm just like going into this next project, I'm going to figure out a way to just merge all the colors. Because I love trap music just as much as anything else. But it's a reason why it's called trap. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why it's been going on for so many years, because everybody's trapped. So it's like, but there is something that's infectious, and there's something that is like very demanding of trap music. So it's just like, it's about taking those, about taking those elements and being able to combine them or using them for what you need to use them for and stuff like that. So
and being yourself with it.
Exactly, being yourself with it. So right now, but like my favorite trap is like when trap was in the South, like Atlanta trap. But like even when like Outkast, because Outkast was trap.
I know, yeah. That the first time I ever heard the word trap was on Outkast records back in the mid '90s. Like
that was a real Atlanta situation. So it's like I want to go back into like what I felt when I was listening to like B.O.B. Like because that's like fast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like or even like T.I. and stuff like that. And it's just like that's where I want to go.
All right.
But like
And will this be your official debut album, The Next Joint?
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's like the first commercial, like
the official debut album 10 years into the game.
Yeah. This is like my like Malibu or Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
So it's like
your Malibu. Hey, shout out to Anderson .Paak. That's my boy from way back. You know that, right?
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Everybody homies with
that's right.
When he was Lovejoy.
Yeah, that's it. Breezy Lovejoy. Hey man, I appreciate the time. I look forward to seeing you perform tonight.
Yeah.
Tell the people where they can find you online.
It's very easy. It's Duckwrth.com. I mean, not Duckwrth.com. It's just Duckwrth. Just Google Duckwrth.
It's at Duckwrth, but you have to make sure to take the O out.
Take the O out of it.
If
I see you put an O in there,
that's right.
I'm gonna find you.
But also, if you Google search Duckwrth now, you get the Kendrick Lamar song. I know you're mad at that. Kendrick went and ruined your SEO. You saw that?
It's like I was at Amazon like a week ago, and they had the Alexa. They was like, "Hey Alexa, play Duckwrth," and she played Kendrick.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were so embarrassed. I was like, "Which song are we gonna work on this?" But it's just like it's not even their fault. It's just Kendrick dropped it, and it's tight because he putting on.
Yeah, that's right.
He got strong SEO. So like he putting on for the Duckwrth family, and like Duckwrth is my mom's maiden name and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's like, and my other cousin told me that like his family's from Arkansas. I'm not exactly.
So you guys are cousins, probably. You're Kendrick's brother. You guys are long lost twins. No, I'm just kidding. Hey man,
but it's just like
Thank you for the time. I look forward to seeing the performance tonight. It's gonna be good.
Duckwrth.
Yeah, Duckwrth. DUCK.
I don't want to leave it.
WRTH. Yeah. On all platforms.
There we go.
My name's Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition, and this was You Feel Me. Shout out to Skullcandy.
Thanks for tuning in to You Feel Me. If you want to hear more, go to skullcandy.com/music. Want a pair of headphones like the ones we used for today's episode? As a special thanks to our listeners, we're giving you 30% off your next Skullcandy order with the promo code MUSICYOUCANFEEL. That's MUSICYOUCANFEEL. Subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app now to stay up to date on our latest episodes.